Hi friends, good morning. Today we are going to start with a new session of matrix algebra, that is diagonalization. Okay, what is diagonalization? Okay, in the last lecture we have seen how to form a diagonalized matrix. I am going to repeat that once more. See, suppose you have a matrix M, right? That is 3 2 and 1 4. Now we know that sum of eigenvalues, okay, that is equal to 3 plus 4, sum of diagonal elements, that is 7, and product of eigenvalues, that is the determinant of this matrix, that is lambda 1 lambda 2 is equal to 10. Okay, so we have two values for lambda. By solving these two equations, the eigenvalues are 2 and 5, right? So once you get the eigenvalues, we can find out the eigenvectors. Okay, eigenvectors we can find from our basic formula, that is characteristic equation, right? We have already discussed that. That is a minus lambda I into x, more precisely x cap, equal to 0. So from it I can solve this determinant a minus lambda I, right? This lambda I determinant A, that is here I can write the matrix as M. So by writing like this, I can write this x1 is equal to, suppose this corresponding to the different eigenvalues, that is M minus first eigenvalue is 2, that is 2 into I into, so the first eigenvector I can say that is x1 cap, that is equal to 0. Okay, so first you can write this as x1, then we can normalize this vector x1 and then you can write x1 cap, right? So let me go to the step. So determinant a minus lambda 1 I into x1 is equal to 0, that is this matrix is 3 2 1 4. I have to minus this lambda 1 from it, that is 2 2 x1 y1. By solving this we will get this first eigenvector, that is x1 is equal to x1 y1. So this x1 I can replace with the minus 2 y1, that is y1 I can take out, that is minus 2 1, right? So the normalized eigenvector, I can normalize this by dividing its magnitude. These all are we have discussed in the last session. So if you have any doubt, uh, I am recommending to watch those videos. Okay, that is the, by normalizing I will get this 4y1 square by squaring this minus 2y1, 4y1 square, and by squaring this is y1 square root, that is y1 root 5. If this magnitude I am dividing with this vector, so I can cancel y1, that is 1 by root 5 minus 2 1. This is the first eigenvector, right? So the next eigenvector is, that is corresponding to the second eigenvalue, which we have already discussed, lambda 2 is equal to 5. So the second eigenvector I am taking as chi2, that is x2 y2. Components are x2 y2. So I am giving ax is equal to lambda x. So here ax2 is equal to lambda x2. Eigenvector is x2, and I can write this as a minus lambda 2 I into x2 is equal to 0. Okay, from ordinary equation I can find out the characteristic equation like this, and here this x2, that is our eigenvector, that is x2 y2. Okay, this x2 means this is large x and this small x. Okay, this represent eigenvector and this represent eigenvalue. So if I substitute this lambda 2 as 5, that is 5i, that you subtract from our given matrix M, that is that you can replace with M. So that is 3 2 1 4, that is our matrix A or M. Okay, so you have to subtract lambda to 5, so that is minus 5 here, minus 5 here. Okay, so when I am expanding this, I will get an equation like this. So I will get x2 is equal to y2. So x2 y2. So this y2 also I can replace with x2. So I can take x2 out. Okay, so this is small x2, this one 1 1. Now I can normalize this root of x2 square plus root of x2 square, that is x2 root 2. If I am dividing this with this vector chi2, that is eigenvector. Okay, so this x2 cancel, so 1 by root 2 1 1. Okay, so this is a second eigenvector. Now I am going to define a matrix that is formed by these eigenvectors, that I can simply write. What is our x1 vector? Our x1 vector is, that we have already seen, that is 1 by root 5 minus 2 1. So you have to write this as minus 1 by root 5 minus 2, 1 by root 5 1. So the first eigenvector I have written here, and the second eigenvector you can see here, that is 1 by root 2, 1 by root 2. So this particular matrix, that I can call it as a diagonal matrix. So what I can say, the equation. So what is the diagonalizing matrix? The diagonalizing matrix is, that is, if suppose you have a normalized eigenvectors of a matrix, that is x1 cap and x2 cap. So if you write that as a matrix, then this particular matrix says, or capital T, you can use any notation, this vector, this matrix, we can call it as that is diagonalizing matrix. Okay, once you get this matrix, you can find the inverse of this matrix. Okay, so this S inverse into your initial matrix M or A you considered, okay, into this S, you will get a particular matrix that we can call it as diagonalization. That means if you find out this, that is a wonderful result. That is, you have only diagonal element will exist, that we are going to check. Suppose its eigenvalue is 2 5. So here you have 2 5 and all other elements are 0. So it is diagonalized, and it is having an important property that these diagonal elements are the eigenvalue of this particular M. Okay, this is a significance of this um, diagonalized matrix. Okay, now let us come to this. See, so this is our S. Now our aim is to find S inverse. Okay, this is diagonalized matrix. What is S inverse? So S inverse adj S divided by determinant S. Okay, so we can calculate the determinant S from here. What is determinant S? That is, you can multiply this, that is minus 2 by, that is root 10. Here also minus 1 by root 10. So you can take root 10. So minus 3 by root 10, right? Minus 3 by root 10, that is determinant. And what is inverse? Inverse is equal to, you can find the adj very easily. You can just out the interchange this column, right? And then 1 by root 2 will come here, 1 by root 2. For the second order matrix, you can easily find inverse by interchanging this minus 2 by root 5, and you can change the sign of this without interchanging, that is minus 1 by root 2 minus 1 by root 5. And then once you do that, you can divide with this determinant A, that is 1 by determinant A is minus 3 by root 10. Okay, this is the S inverse expression, right? Once you get the S inverse value, okay, I think it is correct, 1 by root 2 minus, yes, it is exact. Okay, so this is adjs. Okay, adjs by interchanging these elements, okay, in interchanging the first diagonals, okay, and then changing the sign of second diagonals, then you will get adjs. If you divide with this determinant that we have already seen, that is, you will get, this is the expression for S inverse. Okay, so this I can say this is S inverse. Okay, so once I get the S inverse, so S inverse, that is determinant as is, that is minus 3 by root 10. Okay, that I have given here. So what I can say, this S inverse is adjs by determinant S, that is this root 10 will go up, that is minus root 10 by 3. So you will get this S inverse. So what is the diagonalizing matrix? Diagonalized matrix is S. So the particular matrix is, now if you find the diagonalization, okay, if you do the diagonalization using this diagonalizing matrices, that is S inverse MS. The operation is S inverse MS Then S inverse. S inverse we have already got here. Okay, so this one, and this is our first matrix M. Okay, S inverse M, this is the first matrix that is given in the initial part. So you are going to diagonalize this matrix, and S also we have given, we have already found this S. So now you multiply this whole. Okay, by multiplying this whole, you will get a result, beautiful result. What a result this is a diagonalized matrix. Only diagonal element will exist, and the important thing is these diagonal elements are the eigenvalue of this matrix M. Okay, if you find the eigenvalue of this matrix that we have already seen, that is 2 and 5, that is the diagonal elements of this matrix. So we have the following crucial result, that is, if a matrix is represented in its eigenbasis, then the matrix will be in diagonal form with eigenvalues as the diagonal elements. Eigenvalues as the diagonal elements. Okay, that is an important result. Okay, now we can do a question based on this. The question is, here the question is, let A is equal to 6 minus 1, 2, 3. Find A raised to K given that A is equal to PD P inverse. Okay, where P is given and D also given. D is the diagonalizing matrix. That is very important. Diagonalizing matrix is already given. Okay, so that is, and P inverse also given. Okay, now what is A square? So what is A square? A square is equal to, suppose you want to find A square and A cube. So this PD P inverse into PD P inverse, what is its result? That is, see, P into D. Okay, suppose I am finding PD P inverse into PD P inverse. Again select this PD here, and P inverse P, that is I. So this is D into D, that is PD square P inverse, that is PD square P inverse. Okay, if this is the, if A is PD P inverse, then this D square is equal to this diagonalized matrix square, and PD square P inverse, that is equal to A square. Okay, then what is A cube? That you can A square into A. What is A square? That is PD square into P inverse. Okay, the into PD P inverse. Then here you can, this P inverse P will that become I. So here it is PD cube P inverse. Okay, this D square into D, that is D cube. So that is equal to A cube. So generally you can write, once you know the diagonalized matrix. Okay, once you know the diagonalized matrix of the given matrix A. So how this diagonal matrix we will find, that is a that's we have need to do some steps. If it is not given, how will you do? You have to find eigenvalue of this matrix, right? Once you know the eigenvalues of this matrix, you can write this as this diagonal element as the elements as the eigenvalues. Okay, diagonal elements you can write as the eigenvalues. So this matrix, when you solve, you will get eigenvalues as 5 and 4. You can solve and check. Okay, so once you get eigenvalues, you can write this diagonalizing matrix, that is D. Okay, this diagonal matrix after, this is a result of this diagonalization. Okay, that is 5 4 0 0. So instead of finding A square, you can find out P inverse D square P. To find, if you want to find this A cube, you can find PD cube P inverse. You can prove this, you can check this. Okay, so this is an important result. This has a wide significant in physics, because it is very difficult to find A raised to, see, suppose you have a matrix A, suppose you want to A raised to 13. This is practically not possible. Why? Because this A raised to 13, so many metric multiplication will come, and it will be very tedious. Okay, it will be very tedious to calculate. So we can use this as P D raised to 13 P inverse. Okay, if you know this, okay, you can easily find out. How can we find out? See, here I have given this. So a raised to k is equal to, suppose you want to find a raised to k or a raised to 13 or a raised to some number, that is p d raised to k p inverse. That is your a you can write here, and your p matrix you can write here, and p inverse matrix. This p is a diagonalizing matrix. That means it is, what is p? P we have to form how how, how can we form this diagonalizing matrix? This diagonalizing matrix we can find out by writing the normalized eigenvectors. Okay, eigenvectors, and its inverse is this. Okay, you can interchange the column and changing the sign. This is the inverse. So p inverse, and you have to keep d raised to k. D raised to k means that is diagonal elements raised to k. You can replace like that. Okay, so you can multiply this, and you can give any value, any k value here. Okay, after multiplication you can give any k value here. Okay, so this is the method to find a matrix raised to large order. Okay, so a raised to k. Okay, this k may be a very large number. You can calculate using this diagonalization method. Okay, that's all about this topic, and in the next class we will discuss about rank of a matrix. Okay, thank you.